Hey, this is Marty from Total Outdoor Programming, out here with my good friend and fellow deer hunting guide, Chip Harrison. Chip's a retired professional bass fisherman, and he's going to take us out on the water today and show us a little bit about how to catch some bass. So can you tell me a little bit about your history in professional bass fishing?
Well, Marty, I fished FLW for over 20 years. I made 4 championships with FLW. Fished a couple years on the Bass Top 150 tour.
I also heard you're starting a bass fishing school, basically.
Yeah, I've done some bass class this year. I've named it Bass Class. A lot of it has to do with tournament tactics and tournament techniques. You know, there's a lot of people out here trying to get better in tournament fishing. You know, to do things, stay on fish, find fish, use their electronics, how to hold a boat and wind, stuff like that. I mean, I pretty much go over the whole ropes with them when we're out there fishing.
I'm really looking forward to our bass fishing class, so let's get out on the water and see what we can come up with.
Let's go do it.
What kind of strategies we're gonna?
Well, we're gonna try a little swim jigging and a little spinner baiting. You wanted to mix in a few pike today, so I think we're gonna throw some spinner baits on the deep side of the weed lines, try to mix in a few pike. Swim jig, we're gonna mainly be fishing up on top on the flats, and we'll mainly catch bass on the swim jig, but we'll mix up a couple things and see what we can figure out.
Fish in the boat.
We did score today.
Alrighty.
Did not skunk. Yeah, get real close, sir. Let's really dig.
Yeah.
Hey, just try to keep a steady pace on that.
Yeah.
And when you pull it through the weeds, like I just came through some weeds, if it'll come through the weeds, just keep reeling.
Okay.
If it gets kind of stuck in the weeds, like right there, I'm kind of getting stuck. Sometimes just pick up the pace and it'll reel right out.
Okay.
And then every now and then just drop it. Then start reeling it again.
So when you're setting the hook, like a lot of times when I go to set the hook, I feel like I'm already at the extent of where I can hardly,
Go
move.
back any further or anything?
Yeah, like do you pull sideways or pull up or?
Marty, it depends on where my rod is at the time, but like most of the time I do what I call a swing set. Like, watch. You ready?
Yeah.
The fish are just coming at me. Look at it.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
They're getting bigger. That there, you kept.
Yeah.
At least he was a good student. Gonna try to show you a little something. But I just swing set. I mean, like what I try to do when I'm doing this is I try to keep my rod kind of not necessarily pointed at the lure, but a little bit like just like at 10 o'clock or something, or
yeah.
You know what I mean, or 2 o'clock. That way, when I get a bite, I can, as I load up, I can kind of push the rod back this way just a little bit, and then come back on them like that. Like this would be straight up.
Yeah.
2 reasons I don't like to do that is 1, you're not really getting a lot of power coming up like this, and 2, you're actually forcing the fish to start his first move. Then is he's going to feel resistance is to come straight up and jump. Well, it took Marty a little while to catch one today. We've been out here for a couple hours or so. Of course, he's been doing all the camera work and everything, but when he finally caught one, he did catch a pretty nice little keeper here. Caught it on a swim jig. Marty, I'm not going to let your fish go. You got to do it yourself. So.
Alrighty.
There you go. This is big fish of the day so far, for sure.
Yep.
Here we are. Sweet. Finally.
Chip's like, I've been giving this guy tips all day. It finally took him 3 or 4 hours to get this dude.
Well, we ain't been out here that long.
Sweet.
Take the good with the bad sometimes, Marty. You can catch a bass and then spinner baits catch them all. So definitely been catching some pike. This is a little bitty guy, but don't let him bite you. I had people when I was growing up I learned from. And I mean, that's how you learn a lot of things, you know. You pick it up from other people. And I mean, same with hunting. You know, wasn't the greatest hunter in the world, but in the 4 years I've worked there at Midwest Woodlots, I picked so much up from you and from Ken that you know, I'm kind of starting to figure it out now. So
Yeah.
you know, like I said, I love learning. I love teaching people things, and that bass class works out really good like that.
Cool. Do you?
Bigger pike.
Yeah.
They're not big enough.
Got him? Oh yeah?
Little fish head spin fish. Another one with the stinger hook. The only reason I got him was, I mean, he's a small fish, but the outside stinger hook like that right there, that's...
What's that, just loops over the...
Yeah, it's just,
regular
you just
hook?
put it on the other hook. It's got a little deal on it. This is a Gamakatsu one, got a little deal on it to hold it in place. I like, when I'm dropping the spinner bait like that, I like to have it held in place. What you want to do when you get a bite, and here's what I generally do, is just kind of swim it. And when you feel like that tap on there,
Yeah.
or you feel a little bite or it gets heavy or something, just kind of reel a little faster.
Okay.
And if it starts to load, you know, like, and you'll start feeling it load, then just pull.
Okay.
That way you're giving him a little bit of a chance to eat it too, you know. If you do feel a really good bite on it and you miss them, then drop it for sure. A lot of times you'll catch them on the drop. They're coming at me.
Now somebody told me you've won over $1 million.
Well, if you add it all up, if you count all the years I've done it in, it's still a pretty slow paycheck if you ask it. I mean, it's a great way to make a bad living is what I've always said about fishing, but I wouldn't change anything. I loved every minute of it.
That's cool.
I love bass fishing. I love teaching people to fish. I think that's one of the greatest things. It doesn't matter your skill level, your athleticism, if you're male or female, if you're a kid, anybody can do it, and that's what I love about fishing. Good one. Liking that swim jig I made up with that new skirt.
Yeah? Got him? All right. Good one.
This will be a good one, filming me catching one while I'm on the phone. Actually, a keeper too. A film production crew. I told you, I'm damn near famous.